Today I'm watching Yellowjackets Season 2, Episode 3. In the previous episode, we saw this horrible car accident that Ty and Simone were in. We saw them eat Jackie, which was horrible. It was a very intense episode. I feel like things are unraveling very quickly. Natalie and Lottie are hanging out in the future. Natalie just learned a bunch of information about Travis's death. Obviously, winter is here in the past as they're trying to survive in the wilderness. Natalie has faked Javi's death, and Travis was obviously very upset to find out, or to think that his brother has passed away. Callie might be inadvertently talking to the police about Adam's death. She definitely knows her mom was involved. Misty and Elijah Wood's character are trying to work together. They were going to try and set up a meeting and be fake FBI agents in this episode, so I'm curious to see where that's going to go. Lots of pieces and definitely lots of answers still. We don't know, like, who's the man with no eyes? Is Ty sleepwalking? Is she aware of what's going on? There was some interesting shots in the previous episode where the real version of her didn't move, but the mirror version did, so definitely some discussion there. I'm very curious to see where this season's gonna go. I know there's a season 3 planned as well, so I'm definitely bittersweet going through each episode knowing that there's gonna be a longer wait until season 3. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Coach isn't looking good. Yeah, he's obviously remembering these things.
Fuck. Natalie, what the is?
They don't remember?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Something ate her. How can we... Taissa!
She's blocked it out, or was she sleepwalking? Okay.
You were looking right at me.
I think she wants to blame it on the sleepwalking, but...
Tawny, you ate her face.
Oh my god. Graphic. We didn't know what parts. Oh, yep, that deserves a puke. Yep. Puke that right back up. No thank you. Ate her face. No thank you. Ah, grim. So grim.
Breathe through your pain, Trinity. Yes. Oh.
I love Juliette Lewis. I think she's perfect for this role. She's not buying any of this. I definitely need to look up this spot. It's so beautiful. I know it's in British Columbia somewhere, but I'm very curious to see what the actual setup is.
You should never swing an axe that close to your hand. You could hurt yourself.
And she's got her, like, fork, little prongs stabbed. Oh my god. Ugh. I don't like these blood transitions.
Means that her red blood cell count has dropped. We may need to consider another transfusion.
Yeah, Simone took the brunt of that accident. Oh no.
Oh, God. How is she?
We're not out of the woods yet.
Is that a wilderness joke?
You drew on her. What does it mean?
Yeah, Ty. Start explaining.
It's for luck.
Nope, not even a little bit. She drew the symbol on Simone's hand. Come on. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, man. I feel like Ty somehow orchestrated it, or maybe the symbol did something. Oh, man. Not good.
Boards, or am I just lucky?
I wasn't stalking you. I was finding a suitable nursing home for my mother.
Through a messaging board? Yeah, right.
Incomparable African gray. I've been watching you on the boards. Your nose for analyzing evidence is unparalleled.
Flattery will get you everywhere with Misty, so he's on the right track.
That was the moment where I chose to be this version of myself. Because I could have gone strawberry.
Feel like
I didn't know what was going to happen.
It was unpredictable. Your life now is predictable and you wanted some change.
God, whoa! What are you doing?
Taking us to Colonial Williamsburg.
Of all the places. Why? This is the fun adventure.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that. Really? Keys. I just don't.
Oh, come on. Seriously? They're being carjacked? Not over Shauna's dead body. She's like, I'm gonna take in this. Yeah, Shauna's like, forget this. And they told the van. Yeah, bye. Thanks for being distracted. There goes your van.
Shauna!
I have the gun! I have the gun!
Well, you should not have it! Because that is insane!
Not for Shauna. Shauna's in fight or flight all the time. Yeah.
Quarters and some cross trainers that I just bought and Mr. Schwoozums.
Priorities. Who's Mr. Schwoozums?
His old toy that she loved probably more than she loved me.
But I like how she mentioned the quarters. Yeah, why is it still in the van when she was 6? I think Jeff's starting to realize the type of person Shauna is yeah. She's not gonna back down from a fight. Jeff's like, okay, take it, whatever. Shauna's like, nope. She's keeping it. Of course she is. Yikes. I'm like, how many people are they gonna kill per season?
In winter, they cluster around the queen and they vibrate to keep her warm.
How thoughtful.
When hatches, the first thing she does is sting all the other unborn queens to death.
Wow. It's a cruel world in the bee.
It's simply what has to be done. Otherwise, they starve.
They know a little bit about that. Oh, yeah. The sacrifice. Oh, my God, Lottie. She seems way too okay with this.
I just want you to be safe.
Sure you do.
Yeah, Natalie's not interested in the tea, Lottie. Whatever she puts in them. Yeah, the safety spell that she uses, whatever it is. Just carrying Jackie's body, like literally a bag of bones. Oh my gosh, it's so gruesome.
You're gonna be a great mom. And you have all of us to help, and it's gonna be a beautiful thing.
I'm very worried. I'm very worried when we get to that point because, yeah, they're not really equipped to handle that right now, and there's a lot going on.
We should do something to welcome him.
She thinks it's a boy?
Are we having a baby shower?
Really?
Are we?
They want to, I guess. Now they got something to plan.
Nice.
It's not like they got nothing but time on their hands.
Enough with the pleasantries. Do you know why you're here today?
Do you know why you're here today?
I also like how Randy thinks this guy's FBI. Parking tickets? Come on.
Friday night?
I don't know. Probably in her room doing drugs. Girls always had issues.
Hit him.
You okay, bro?
Yeah. I need to. Forgive me. I have IBS.
The tiniest bathroom.
Get back in there and hit him.
Like a whisper fighting.
Guard down. He once made Joe Fazio eat a frog during recess. Backup is the only way to break him.
A live frog? That's disgusting.
You okay, man?
Again! Oh my god.
Guess I'd kind of do anything to see him again, you know?
And we're learning more about the other girls on the team who haven't been featured as much, so that's interesting. We haven't seen adult versions of them, but...
Old eggs.
Too bad they didn't listen to your broth idea. It's not really a party without snacks.
I agree, but Misty would 100% poison them.
Not like, you know, not like good. Not like deviled eggs good.
Totally.
Yeah.
These two are becoming friends, yeah.
Terrible.
Okay, it wasn't totally terrible, right?
Of course they liked it.
That wasn't the first time I've eaten a person.
What?
I actually absorbed my identical twin in the womb.
Oh my god, I was very worried where that was gonna go.
Do you feel like guilty?
Not really.
Oh, these two are gonna be trouble.
Hungry?
Yeah, he's gotta be starving. Oh my god. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, and he's hallucinating, obviously.
What?
He's not looking good. I'm worried. I'm very worried.
You know, I want to make sure I see that through. Why? You always say those girls are vicious little monsters. They are.
That's more accurate in these days, yeah.
But I do get to decide that I need someone who's ready to live this life with me. All of it.
Oh, no, 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 no. They're gonna break up.
I love you, Ben, but I think maybe you need to leave.
Yeah, he wasn't ready to commit to move in, and... Oh, now he's here. I know it's fake, but that snow looks very fake. Just as a side note.
I think shit is gonna get a lot worse out here.
I think you're very right, and I'm terrified to find out where it's gonna go. Oh, Natalie. Oh, this majestic white moose. You're gonna scare him off. He's gonna charge. Oh, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. Nope. Moose are terrifying. If they charge you, it's game over, man. Cheese and rice. Oh, Natalie, that was close. They're all spindly legs and massive, massive creatures. They're terrifying. But if you're starving, it's a good thing to see them. But obviously Natalie missed that shot. Oh, man.
There's no need for violence!
2 words. International waters.
We're not.
He doesn't know that.
We're not what?
These two arguing back and forth.
The heck is that for?
Funny thing. Interrogating witness.
Is that a sander? What is that?
Guys, they hated it. You don't have to be as traditional.
Now we're talking.
These two are deep trouble.
If I let you loose, can I come with you?
Yeah, there's not much sense in trying to stop her at this point. I mean, obviously she's gonna go and do what she wants.
Taissa. Then who are you?
Okay, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I'm starting to think more that... Yeah, that symbol.
Answer me. Ty! Hey! You're okay. You're okay.
Someone else is obviously taking over when Ty is sleepwalking. Different personality.
Look, look, look. You came right to it.
Yep. Exactly. Maybe Ty has been drawing the symbol?
I said that?
Who is the one with no eyes?
The guy in the mirror? Yeah, she's seen him before.
Okay, that's why I wanted to talk to her, all right? Yeah. Shauna was upset.
I think Jeff's gonna make this worse. I had a tracker in the van, obviously. Yep. Oh, Shauna. She's not giving up.
I love sleeping over, but your cat is disgusting.
But I don't have time
Have you ever peeled the skin off a human corpse?
Jesus, Shauna. Oh my god.
Stuck on us. Skin.
Thankfully for that. Good job,
you have
skin.
To roll back. Which again isn't easy. People are always so sweaty when you kill them.
Jesus. Oh. I never needed to think about that ever in my life.
It was shaking because of how badly I wanted to do this.
Oh my god, Shauna's a monster! She's a monster inside and out. Any excuse. She clearly hunted this guy down. She brought the wilderness with her, and she's living... Oh my god, she killed Adam, now we're killing this guy. She's like, you're lucky, bud. I want to do that so badly. Oh my god.
There were worse things than being safe.
No, but see, that's the thing. There is no safe. So...
I feel like this is a conversation Ben wish he had, and is now playing it over in his mind.
how I know I'm meant to. And I'm gonna be the person that I know I am.
I wish this life had happened for Ben so badly. I wish he would have got this ending. Oh. I feel like he's dying and he's hallucinating. He doesn't look good. He does not look good.
I would like to perform a monologue from Steel Magnolias.
I've never seen it, but she's very excited. Not Shauna. Shauna doesn't seem to care.
Fine! I can jog all the way to Texas and back, but my daughter can't! She never goes.
Travis is like, you know what? That's my cue.
Gotta be the weirdest baby shower.
And I feel like Coach is dead.
You okay, man?
He's very slow.
Weird.
Yeah. He's gonna die to a scene from Steel Magnolias. He's not doing good. He's starving, obviously. Hasn't moved.
I'm hooked. I was supposed to go first. I was always supposed to go first.
I mean, it's a stunning performance. I don't know what it's in reference to, but Misty's committed. Yeah, there we are with the mirror again. This Ty split personality situation. Something's going on for sure. I was starting to think maybe Ty had different intentions, but it's very clear someone else is inhabiting her when this happens. Know who you are? Oh my god, what is she gonna do? What is she gonna do? She making the symbol on her face? Is that what it's supposed to be?
Gray, you are a genius. Well, let me look into it. I have certain skills.
Hacking.
She's like, just say what it is. Yeah, it's fine.
With Adam's mother. Life dealt her a real blow when Adam became an addict.
Of course, Misty can spin any story.
Because I wanted to do everything in my power to prevent that from happening.
Is he gonna buy it, though? He doesn't know her well enough yet, obviously.
Two birds, one nursing home situation.
Why would you do that?
I have the cash.
No.
Misty just lied to his face, and now she's questioning him.
Maybe I'm just a bored Moriarty looking for his Sherlock.
These two are a match made in something. I don't know what it is, but it's not, it can't be good. But I'm very curious to see where this new partnership's gonna go. Does Misty have a crush? Her usual sabotage techniques won't work this time.
And if you feel the need to hurt Natalie back.
Wow, really? This is a very interesting therapy. She's giving her the fork. Oh my god. Natalie, you gotta get out of there. She's like, oh, you're hurt that someone hurt you? Why don't you hurt them back? That'll even the score. Nope. She's got a crazy look in her eye.
I understand. And I forgive you.
Natalie's like, what the frick is happening here?
What? No.
Then why would you put that creepy symbol on a baby blanket?
Great question.
She's not God, you guys.
No one is saying she is.
Oh my god, Shauna.
Oh god, what's happening? Oh no. Onto the blanket. Oh no. What's on the roof? There was definitely some crashing sound going on.
Oh.
Birds are falling from the sky? That can't be good.
Be diseased. We know that there's a lot of iron in the ground, so maybe it messed with the bird's navigation.
I don't know that that's how that works, but... the way they're just sacrificing them at Lottie's feet like this offering to her. I don't like where this is going at all. All the bees died? Oh no. What happened? Oh my god, that's so gruesome. What happened? I've got your mind, I said, she said. Oh, there's like blood honey. That shouldn't be a thing. Oh, poor Lottie. And now I speak to you in there. French?
What did you say? Are you joining for lunch?
It sounded like, what do you see? My French is spotty at best, but... Il vous descend? Please forgive my horrible pronunciation. That's what it sounded like. What do you see? What do you do? Something like that. They're just acting like it's normal. So that was my first time watching Yellowjackets Season 2, Episode 3. It was an interesting episode, bit of a slower pace, but I still feel like we learned some things. We learned more about Coach's backstory, and it was a heartbreaking scene to see what I think he wished he would have done, obviously, instead of getting on the plane. He definitely looks like he's on his deathbed. I don't know how much longer he has. He's not eating. He was pretty still, like he was just lying in bed most of the day, and even when he walked in, we could hear his stomach growling really loudly. Obviously, he's not eating, and I don't know, maybe Travis went to go see if he could find him food or something. Travis came in and saw him and definitely looked concerned, so maybe he's able to bring him something, but it doesn't look like Coach can even move at the moment, and to see him reliving all these memories he had with Paul. We know they were together, obviously, before this happened, and to see Ben wish that he had decided to, you know what, I'm not going to pursue this career as a soccer coach. I'm going to choose to move in with you, and the life they would have had and the life Ben would have had with him. It was heartbreaking to see, because, you know, that's probably never going to happen now, and that he would have found out about the crash, you know, on the news, on TV, instead of being on the plane, and obviously regrets getting on the plane in the first place, given where he is now and the life he could have had, you know, instead of this. So that was definitely tough. I don't know how much longer Coach has. Like I said, obviously he was really injured when the plane crashed, and he's been dealing with his leg, but now starvation might get him first. Like, who knows? I felt like the Shauna carjacking storyline was just a distraction. I don't know what that added to anything. It seemed pointless, and just the only real takeaway is that Jeff now realizes what Shauna is really like, and I don't think he expected that from her, and she steals the gun and seems very comfortable with the gun, and even when she confronts the guy at the end, she's like, yeah, my hands are shaking because I'm so excited to do this. And I was like, Shauna is just, there is something deep in her that is very unsettling. Like, she is one to watch out for sure. And even Jeff said, like, who cares? It's a crappy van. I'm sure they had insurance or something would have covered it. Like, why are you worried so much about this? And I feel like because of what happened in the wilderness, Shauna just became used to such a flight or fight situation, and obviously lots of trauma from that. And then when she came back to the real world, was put in this very predictable life with Jeff, and now she kind of craves that flight or flight. Like, she kind of wants those situations where she has to make these crazy decisions. And I'm glad she didn't kill that guy. I was like, well, do we just have a murderer on the loose now? She killed Adam. Is she just gonna shoot this guy now? Is she just gonna start killing people everywhere? And when Jeff confronts Kevin at the gym, I definitely feel like Jeff made it worse, because he didn't seem overly surprised about the affair, which he should have been, but obviously he knows about it. And when he tells Kevin, like, okay, you know, we didn't really know him, like, you're upsetting my wife, and Kevin's like, well, why would she be upset? Like, if it was just a random person that she knows, from the accident, why would she be so upset? And typically 100 text messages or hundreds of text messages wouldn't be necessary for such a thing. Like maybe 20, 30 at most. Like it should be very straightforward, the, communication you need to have back and forth. So I don't think Kevin buys that for a minute. Natalie is still hanging out with Lottie in the future, and again, we didn't really go anywhere with her this episode. It was her just kind of exploring more of this, setup that they have, and she's now taking part in things even though she doesn't really want to. I don't know why she's leaving. Like, she found out as much as she could about Travis. Maybe she's hoping there's more. Maybe she doesn't believe Lottie. I know it's a very secluded location, and the chances for her to actually physically leave are probably slim, but it's been a few days now, and when we see all the bees killed off at the end, I'm not too sure what that means. If somebody poisoned them or something happened. Lottie hearing that saying at the end, and it sounded very similar to the voice we heard when she was standing by the window and was saying blood in the previous season. So yeah, I'm very curious to find out what happened there. And even the other lady that comes up and just puts it back doesn't seem overly concerned. Misty met up with Elijah Wood's character, who we now know as Walter, and some comedic scenes with the two of them communicating as Misty's like whisper yelling in the bathroom to him over the phone, because obviously Randy would recognize Misty. And Walter definitely wanted to go in the direction of the Adam case, but Misty was trying to find more information about Natalie, because obviously to her, Natalie's missing and kidnapped and trying to track her down, and the only real information we got was the people in purple clothing, and Misty thinking of checking the credit cards from the vending machine, and they have a location. They don't really have a name or anything like that, so it sounds like they're going to travel to this location in the next episode to try and find out more. And it's interesting to see Misty meet somebody who's very similar to her, and I don't know that that's a good thing necessarily, and the two of them teaming up. And anytime we've seen Misty in like a romantic partnership before, there's lots of sabotage involved. She's obviously lied to Walter already, and he's lying to her because he used a fake mom to go see her basically, and she wasn't really upset with that. It was more like that he went to so much effort to go see her, and she makes up a story about knowing Adam's mom. That's why she's, downvoting his posts. But it's definitely an interesting partnership, because obviously Misty usually does this on her own, and even in the previous season, it was her and Natalie, or her and Shauna, or Ty would come along, and they would kind of figure this out as a group. But the group is very separated. Like, the adult versions are very separated this season. So it's been interesting. We haven't really seen the four of them together very often. We did have Ty and Simone in the hospital in this episode, obviously after the car accident. Simone does not look great, and Ty drew the symbol on her hand, or I shouldn't even say Ty, the other person who takes over Ty's body basically. But even that person said only when she lets me. So what does that mean? Like, Ty doesn't seem aware of this other person, but is somehow giving them permission to be in control. And we had a similar mirror scene that we saw in the previous episode where, Ty on one side of the mirror, whoever else on the other side, and the other person was mouthing something, but it looked like, you know who you are, or we know who you are, something like that. So I'm very curious to see what's happening there. Obviously, there's a lot of stress in her life. She took her assistant's car, is heading out now to try and go meet with the reporter. She was calling, it said Jessica on the phone, so I was like, she's definitely calling the reporter, but I feel like the reporter's not alive, so maybe this is the first time she's finding out. Maybe this is the first time she's tried to get in touch with her since Misty poisoned her and probably killed her. So maybe she's alive, but I don't have high hopes. Maybe we'll find out in the next episode. Obviously, the aftermath of them eating Jackie in this episode, and they're almost like making jokes about it, which seemed cruel. And Ty not really remembering what happened. She comes on, she's like, what happened to Jackie? Like, something ate her. And Van having to look her in the eyes and be like, yeah, that was us. And Ty becoming violently ill after and realizing like, oh my God, what did I do? And she obviously was sleepwalking when it happened because it was the middle of the night, but still just having to tell somebody that and having full conversations with them, but obviously they're asleep would be so bizarre, and everybody processing what happened. And that horrifying scene with Misty and Crystal when they're both like, I kind of liked it, like both confiding in each other that they were not totally grossed out by this. And even Crystal saying she had eaten somebody before, and I was like, I'm terrified to find out where this is gonna go. And then you find out she had a twin when they were in the womb. But it definitely worries me that those two are becoming friends and what that looks like. Not that I don't want Misty to have friends, but I'm worried that if the two of them are thinking the same way, that can't be good. We know what Misty is like, and it's very concerning. And even her asking Misty to make, snacks for the event, but Misty's poisoned people numerous times, so why would you want her to do that anyway? That scene where Natalie takes Jackie, back to the plane to not even bury her because they can't, and she's literally a bag of bones at this point, and says goodbye to Jackie and apologizes but thanks her at the same time, was very interesting, because Natalie realizes what they've done will help them survive because they needed to eat. Jackie unfortunately became a food source, and they are thankful that they don't have, starving bellies anymore. But she also apologizes because obviously it was someone she knows and, went to school with and played on the soccer team with, and then literally ate her. So it was definitely interesting, and I wonder if the other girls feel that way as well. And to see that moose come out of the woods was just such a glimmer of hope, because you're like, okay, if they kill this moose, they're going to have food and they won't be starving and they can not eat people, because I definitely feel like that's the route they're going down. And in a week, a month, who knows, when they're starving again, I feel like they're just going to pick a person, and that's going to be how things go from now on. And winter is a long time. So yeah, I'm terrified. I feel like the bodies are going to start adding up very fast. I also feel like the baby shower scene was a bit of filler and just a distraction. Like, they have time on their hands and they could obviously do this, and all these homemade gifts for Shauna. And I think the biggest takeaway from that was Lottie making the blanket and putting the symbol on the blanket, and then that escalating when Shauna gets a nosebleed and the blood hits the symbol. I've seen enough horror movies to know that blood usually starts a sacrifice or a ritual or something. That's usually what they need to really kick things off, and unfortunately that just happened to land exactly on that symbol. So I'm terrified of what that means. I hope Shauna doesn't put that anywhere near her baby, but who knows. I'm also very terrified to find out what happens to Shauna when she starts going into labor. They're not obviously in the most safe or clean environment, so that's very scary. And as soon as that happened with the symbol, obviously we start hearing this banging sound on the roof, and my first thought actually was the skeleton in the attic had somehow come to life. Crazy, I know, but this show, there seems to be no rules, so that's what I thought was happening. And then all these birds hitting the roof and dive bombing and unaliving themselves into the roof. And then to see everybody pick them up and place them at Lottie's feet, like they're offering them to her. So bizarre, just very strange. And Lottie also thinks that Shauna's baby is a boy. So I'm curious to see if that comes true. But yeah, it wasn't my favorite episode. It kind of feels like we're just placeholder until things get more and more intense. Like, this felt like an information episode. They're just kind of laying the groundwork for future episodes. I didn't hate it. I don't think it was a bad episode, but it definitely wasn't my favorite. Like I said, I think this episode confirmed that Ty has got, I don't even want to say split personality. There's something going on where she's Ty and then she's not. Like when Van decides, okay, you're going to go run through the woods. Sure, I'll come with you and I'll try and figure out why you're doing this. And she kind of goes along with it instead of trying to keep her there. And the other person says like, okay, I'm following the man with no eyes. And Van's like, well, that's not a normal sentence. So what does that mean? And this other person explaining, I take over, when she lets me, and Van says, who is she? And the she was Ty. So very interesting how that could possibly work. Maybe she only lets her when she's sleeping because she's sleeping, her guard is down, she's not physically aware of what's happening, mentally she's somewhere else, she's dreaming, so this other person has easier access basically. So yeah, I'm very curious to find out what's going on there, but I definitely don't think that's what Van was expecting. And even when Van relays that information to Ty, you can see Ty's brain flashing back to that time when her grandmother passed away and she saw that guy in the mirror. So she does remember it, and what else would you call that guy? Like, he's clearly the man with no eyes. So yeah, I'm very curious to find out how much Ty knows and how many times this has happened, or if it's just stressful situations. Overall, I thought it was an okay episode. I'm very curious to see where the next episode's gonna go. Like I said, I feel like this was laying the groundwork for future episodes. The carjacking scenes did nothing for me. That really was just, felt like a distraction. The baby shower, again, other than the symbol on the blanket, I feel like we didn't really get anything from that. Misty's performance from Steel Magnolias, okay, sure, like, it kind of feels like they're just biding their time, and obviously winter would be a long season, so they would have nothing but time on their hands, but I'm curious to see where things are going to go. I feel like we're kind of stalling at the moment. It was interesting to see Misty and Walter meet for the first time, and Misty slowly, you know, building more clues to try and track down Natalie. I don't know what Natalie's doing with Lottie. They finally dealt with the aftermath of everything that happened with Jackie. I know the previous episode, there was a lot that happened, so I'm not surprised this one's a bit slower. Simone is in the hospital after this car accident. Ty is trying to go meet the reporter, which I feel like she's not alive, but I guess we'll find out. Jeff wanted to go like a spontaneous road trip. He thinks he's been too boring for Shauna, and that's why, you know, she stepped out on him. And I feel like Shauna would have eventually anyway, and Jeff probably is too boring for Shauna, but she's got a lot going on. She's a very unhinged character. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Is that a wilderness joke? Priorities, who's Mr. Schwoozums? Like a whisper fighting. And he's hallucinating, obviously. They're all spindly legs. And massive creatures. They're terrifying. He's gonna die to a scene from Steel Magnolias. There we are with the mirror again. You making the symbol on her face? Is that what it's supposed to be?